Hello. Today we discuss independent suspension system in the slides presenting by Saurabh Singh Devpuri for the course Automotive and Design, Mechanical Engineering Department, IIT Delhi. What are suspension systems? Suspension system is a tire, spring, shock absorber, and linkage that connect a vehicle to its wheel and allow relative motion between the two. Suspension system must support both road and holding, handling, and ride quality, which are at odds with each other. The turning of suspension involves finding the right compromise. It is important for the suspension to keep the road wheel in contact with the road surface as much as possible, because all the road or the ground forces acting on the vehicle do so through the connect patches of the tires. The suspension also protects the vehicle itself and any cargo or luggage from the damage and wear. The design of front and rear suspensions of car may be different. Need of suspension. The study of force at work on a moving vehicle is called vehicle dynamics. Some of the concepts are needed to be understood in order to appreciate why is a suspension system is necessary. In first place, most automobile engineers consider the dynamic of a moving car from two perspective. First, riding, a car ability to smooth out a bumpy road. Second is handling, a car ability to safe accelerate, brake and corner. These two characteristics can be further described in three important principles. First, road isolation. The vehicle ability to absorb or isolate road shock from the passenger compartment. Allow the vehicle body to ride undisturbed while traveling over rough roads. Absorb energy from the road bumps and dissipate it without causing undue oscillation in the vehicle. Road holding. The degree to which a car maintains contact with the road surface is various type of directional change and in a straight line. Example, a weight of car will shift from rear tire to front tire during braking, which because the nose of the car dip toward the road, and this type of motion is known as dive. The opposite direction squat occur during the acceleration, which shift the weight of the car from the front tire to the back, minimize the transfer of vehicle weight from the side to side and front to back, as this transfer of the weight reduces the tire grip on the road. Cornering. It is ability it, it is ability of the vehicle to travel a curved path, minimize body roll which occurs on as centrifugal force push outward on the car's center of the gravity while cornering, rising on the side of the vehicle and lowering the opposite side. Transfer of the weight of the car during cornering and high side of the vehicle to the lower side. Now we will discuss the type of suspension: conventional suspension system, independent suspension system, air suspension system, hydroelastic suspension systems. There are various type of independent suspension systems: swing axle, sliding pillar, MacPherson stud, double wishbone, multi-link, trailing and semi-trailing. Now we will discuss independently all independent suspension systems. First, swing axle. Swing axle is a type of independent rear wheel suspension system designed and patented by Edmund Ramphel in 1903. This was the revolutionary invention in the automobile industry, allowing wheel to react to irregularity of the road surface independently and enable the vehicle to maintain a strong road holding. Automobile rear swing axle has universal joint connecting the driving shaft to the differential, which is attached to the chassis. Swing axle do not have universal joint at the wheels. The wheels are always perpendicular to the driving shaft. The design is therefore not suitable for a for car's front wheels, which requires steering motion. Swing axle suspension conventionally use leaf spring and shock absorber. It was also used in aircraft before 1903, usually with rubber bungee and noise damping. Sliding pillar. Sliding pillar suspension is one of the which the stub axle and wheel assembly are attached to fix the vertical pillar or kingpin which slide up and down through the bush or bushes. which are attached to the wheel chassis, usually as part of the transverse outrigger assemblies. Sliding pillar independent suspension was first recorded in instance of the independent front suspension on the motor vehicle. In this system, the stub axle carrying the wheel was fixed to the bottom of the pillar, which slide up and down through the bush in transfer axle member fixed to the front of the chassis. The top of the pillar was fixed and pivoted on the transverse semi-elliptical spring. MacPherson stud, the most widely used front suspension system in cars. Comparison to of the strut type spring and shock absorber combo, which pivot on the ball joint on the single lower arm. The steering gear is either connected directly to the lower shock absorbing housing or to the arm from the front or back of the spindle. In the case when you steer, it physically twists the stud and shock absorbing housing and consequently the spring to turn the wheel. Double wishbone suspension. Double wishbone suspension can also be referred to as a double A arm and short long arm suspension if upper and lower arm are unequal length. A single wishbone or A arm can also be used in various other suspension types, such as MacPherson stud and Campman stud. The upper arm is usually shorter to the induced negative camber as the suspension joins. When the vehicle is in the turn, body roll result in positive chamber gain on the inside wheel. The outside wheel also joins and gain negative chamber due to the shorter upper arm. The suspension designer attempt to balance these two effects to cancel out each the tire perpendicular to the ground. This is especially important for the outer tire because of the weight transfer to the tire during the turn. Between the outboard end of the arm is knuckle with the spindle, hub, or upright which carry the wheel bearing and the wheel. Knuckle with the integral spindle usually do not allow the wheel to be driven. A bolt on the hub design is commonly used if the wheel is to be driven. In order to resist for our loads such as acceleration and braking, the arms need to bushing or ball joint at the body. At the knuckle end, single ball joint are typically used in which case the steering load have to be taken via steering arm and wishbone look A or L shape. An L-shaped arm is generally preferred on passenger vehicles because it allows better compromise of the handling and comfort to be tuned in. The bushing in line which is the with the wheel can be kept relatively stiff to effective handle cornering load while the off-line joint can be softer to allow wheel to recess under for up impact load. For a rear suspension, a pair of joints can be used at the both end of the arm, making them more H-shaped in plain view. Multi-link suspension system using three or more lateral arm and one or more longitudinal arm. There are no there are there these arms do not have to be equal length and may be angled away from their obvious direction. Typically, each arm has spherical joint or rubber bushing at each end. Consequently, they react on loads along their own length, in tension and compression, but not in bending. Some multi-link do not use the trailing arm or wishbone, which has two bushing at one end. At one at a front suspension, one of the lateral arm is replaced by the tie rod, which connect a rack or steering box to the wheel hub. Multi-link suspension allow the auto designer to able to incorporate both good ride quality and good car handling in the same vehicle. It is the simplest form of the multi-link suspension is orthogonal. That is possible to alter one parameter in the suspension at a time without affecting any other. This is the directional contrast to the double wishbone suspension, where moving a hard point or changing a bushing compliance will affect two or more parameters. Trailing arm. Trailing arm suspension is an automobile suspension design in which one or more arms are connected between Axle and the chassis. It is usually used in rear axle. A leading arm used on Citroën 2CV has a arm connected between the axle and the chassis. It is used on the front axle. Trailing arm design in live axle setup often use just 2 or 3 links as a panhard rod to locate the wheel literally. A trailing arm design can also be used and independent. Suspension arrangement each wheel hub is located only by a large, roughly triangular arm, the pivot at one point. Ahead of the wheel, seen from the side, the arm is roughly parallel to the ground, with the angle changing based on the road irregularities. Semi-trailing. Semi-trailing arm suspension is an independent rear suspension system for automobiles where each wheel hub is located only by a large, roughly triangular arm that pivots at 2 points view from the top, and the line formed by the two pivots is somewhere between parallel and perpendicular to the car's longitudinal axis. It is generally parallel to the ground. Trailing arm and multi-link suspension designs are much more commonly used for the rear wheel of the vehicle, where they can allow for the flatter floor and more cargo room. Thank you.